Hello, Tara here. I am finally getting to do some page kits with that kit that I put together from product from Cherry on Top. What was I calling it? Notes on Fall, I think. So I'll just show you what I do to prepare. There's a lot of embellishments here, so just to make it a little easier to get at, I've put them into dishes. So this is the Photoplay junk, everyday junk ephemera. I don't know, I should probably just punch all these out and then they would fit in that dish nice, but anyway, there's that. And then the large ephemera bits from Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Autumn Breeze. I separated them here, and then the bigger pieces I put over here in this area. Okay, so that can go there. Move right along with this. I've got the 49 and Market Vintage Orchard chipboard set, kind of divided up into sections, kind of like with light. And then I tossed in the Little Birdie handmade flowers, these guys, and then the Little Birdie Prime chipboard. I just had a couple of those. Oh, these are the chipboard tags that came with the 49 and Market. I just tucked them in here because I cut up the one sheet of the tags from the Simple Stories, and then I threw in a couple of these Minte Basics craft tags in with that. So that's that. What else? These were not part of the kit originally, but I think they'll go nicely. So they're the All and Create Time Worn Leaves. I just use them in a layout, and I thought, oh, they're gonna go really nice, so I'm gonna tuck them in with it. So we've got leaves, we've got the Simple Stories die cut ephemera bits and pieces. So I kind of have tried to sort them through them so I kind of know what's there. These are the Stemperia Whispering Woods chipboards, and they're quite thick, so a little more whimsical, but kind of a fun thing to have. Then we've got the Arden laser cuts from Vintage Maker Essentials. I don't think I'm going to pop these out because they are so delicate, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I think, the word bits on top, because that probably would be what, I don't know. I was going to say probably what I would grab first, but who knows. Oh, here's another one of these. Which one did that come out of? Oh, well. And then these are the 6x8 papers. So I think I can set these to the side. These are alphas. These are the foam stickers. And then these are the rub-ons from Vicki Boutin, Willow Grove. Curiosities in Willow Grove. So I think I'm just going to set, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to get organized here, and then I'll come back with my photos. Oh, and I just about forgot again. When I was doing my original share of this kit, I don't think I showed you these. This is the Brutus Monroe Glitter Glaze in Bonfire Glimmer. I thought that would be really pretty to add in. And then I got the bee, this is Honeybee, right? Yeah, Honeybee Honeycomb Wax Melts in Autumn. It's kind of a nice mix. And then I picked up a maple leaf stamp. So I might do some wax seals, and I might do some, and you know what I just, well, that's not really, I was gonna say I just got a honeycomb stencil in my Simple Stories mystery box, but I don't know that I necessarily need that. Can use pretty much any stencil, right? Okay, so we're just gonna stick these aside, and then these are just two sequin mixes that I made up with some terribly old dollar store sequins, but they're very autumny, and I'm just going to leave these sitting out while I'm working on layouts. So there we go. There's our papers. And I did not cut this one up because I'm not 100% sure whether I need it or not, because I have so much ephemera. And if I do, I will just cut out what I want, and then that way this is an option to use. Same with this. I don't know 100% if I'm going to cut that apart, but if I do, it may not be the whole paper. So I have a stack here of, I printed off some Scrap-A-Sketch sketches from the Facebook group, and all but one, and then I have one that I'm going to use a page map sketch for, but we'll see how we go here. I do have, this is from Curiosities in Willow Grove. I do have more of this kicking about, so that might get used as well. But anyway, let's just get going here and see where we go. So I'm just going to grab from the top. These are in no order. So this is Alfie and the kitty cat, and you can see Alfie's got his sore paw. He cut the bottom of the pad of his paw, so he had a little sock that I had to change a couple times a day. And the cat, and they never lay together, so I had to take a, I was like, am I seeing this right? So I had to take a picture real quick. And then this is Scrap-A-Sketch number 178. So these are all fairly recent sketches in the Facebook groups. If you want to go look at them, you don't have to go too far back. So this is not necessarily a fall thing, but I thought, what the heck? So, all right, so this one you could use pretty much anything for. You know what? I'm gonna just set him aside and we'll go back to that. This is from my mom's birthday. And I thought her sweater is looks really nice with some of these papers. And her birthday is October the 5th. She was 86. No, 80. No. 38 to 25 is 37, right? 37. 87. Oh my goodness. It's late at night, guys. I don't know if I should be doing anything. Ay, ay, ay. So, what to do? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 circles on here, and I would say you'd want 3 different colors for that. So what if we use this section maybe for the bottom, and then maybe something, now this looks a bit darker, but I'm thinking something lighter at the top. Do I have anything lighter? Oh, we could, what about this? It picks up that yellow. Okay, so we can do that, and then from the back we can cut a few of the circles. So that's one color of circle. And I might have to be strategic about this so that I can use the paper on another layout, because if we're just taking a few circles, what I will say though is I think we can use these florals on here, eh? Take out 3. And I think there was some ephemera here that said something about food. Oh, so delicious. Oh, oopsies. Is that the right green? You know what? I can always put a little bit of a a brown ink on that if it's sticking out too bad, right? What even in, yeah. Okay, so what else? Oh, happy day. Oh wait, no. Kind of want a third wordy chipboard bit. So because I've got two different styles, there's also these banners. So we've got collecting memories, delicious pickings, living the good life, autumn harvest, good friends, good times. So I like this one. It's the same color as that. So I'm thinking, is there another light green circle? The fall, fab fall, no. What I could do is put this darker bit around that, and then we've got the two colors represented, but you know what I mean? That'll work for me. Okay, so far we've got these. Ideally, it would be nice to have a paper that we could take something from the front and the back, and then that way we're not grabbing two different papers. Oh, how about the collage? Isn't it nice how, this is Memory Place and this is Simple Stories, but they work really well together. Okay, so if we took circles from both sides of those, that would work nice. Do you think it's enough contrast though? Definitely that, but maybe not that. Okay, let's, okay, what if we did that for the bottom, that for the top, punch some circles from there. What is in that 6? These are the 6x8s. Are these too beat up, really? Yeah, I think I want more floral. So we definitely have some floral here. So some of this would be nice, and I do have 2 sheets of that. So depending on where I punch it out, it comes out in different colors, so I wouldn't even have to grab another one. We could just go with that. And I could also mat the whole thing in that, right? And then save this for something else. Okay, so I think that's maybe the plan for that. We also need what? Let's grab some ephemera, and because they're circles, we could almost use these as 2 of the circles, right? And then maybe just a little journaling spot. Maybe this one? That's cute. So, do we need anything else? Maybe a couple of florals. Well, we've got these, so maybe we don't. Maybe it fights. Like there's sunflowers, but I don't want to compete with that. Maybe one of these, so we have 3. Oh no, we have 3. I don't know. maybe I don't want 3. Maybe we'll take this one away. Then we have this one and this one and this one, and that brings in some of that darker burgundy. And then how's about a title? So what do these say? Oh, happy day, good life, so delicious. So we could use, and people ask, but these are just after this one is from foam adhesive strips, and I just keep that so that we can use them for this. So what if we use, let's see, we could do Grateful. Making memories. Oh no, let's use this moment, because this has that nice burgundy. So pull some more Grateful. I could use small letters and just Grateful for this moment, or just a little, even just a little 4, like the number 4. And then let's just grab one of these. I like to have 3. Obviously you can see I like my things in 3s. Okay. Now, because that top bit is just going to be plain yellow, I don't know if we need to add in any rub-ons. I think I'll decide that at the time, because it does depend on kind of placement and stuff. So I'm gonna tidy this up and be right back. Okay, so the next one I have here is Sketch 181. Again, a fairly recent sketch from the Scrap a Sketch Facebook group. And this is a picture of, well, 3 of them are her cousins, and 1 is just a lady that they all chummed together when they were young, and they try and get together every summer. So this was either right at the end of September or the beginning of October, but look how what they're wearing goes really nicely with, and they met at, they had lunch here, and actually I drove mom in, and then her cousin Marlene drove her home, but I thought that might be nice to, you know, layer in behind, just as a bit of ephemera. So what shall we do? What about, well, that has a fish on it, but that don't mean nothing. We can cover him up. Or, no, let's use something fall, because this is, although, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So that would be nice for background, like the outer edge, and I'm thinking about pumpkins necessarily. However, we could so much of that's going to be covered up. Really, you only need little pieces sticking out, and then this one big, almost like a frame. So you hate to waste like a good, I don't want to call it wasting, but it's kind of wasting it, right? So we could do the frame out of this wood grain, right? And then just maybe I can be careful. I can maybe take it right out of the center so that either I use the rest of the wood grain for a frame or use this for like an outer bit. I won't worry about that little girl, but okay, so that's the frame. We've got that and that. So we just want some little bits. Oh, I wonder about, I was gonna say, here they are. Those are a little subdued. Okay. Got some of these bigger pieces. So and again, you don't really want to waste a nice graphic, okay? I got some wood grain. Don't want to use that. Okay, how about this all over pattern? So that could be this piece and this piece, and then, oh. I think between the two of these and maybe some more of this, can do something. Now it does look like there's a border around the whole layout too. So do I want to pull in another one? I'll pull in another one from this same collection, It's Autumn, and mat the whole business in this. And then you've got that, and then a bit of this, and a bit of that. Comes off very dark, doesn't it? But it's just because so much of that's showing. A lot of it's going to be this lighter color. Okay, I think that'll work. So we've got that. We've got some hearts there, journaling down the side. I think all the journaling spots were kind of horizontal. How about this one? Current status, thriving. That would be nice. We'll just cut this guy out. I can write about how they get together every year. And unfortunately, there are a few missing. One is now passed away. She wasn't at the time of this, but she passed away just about 2 weeks ago. And so, oh, and then this treasure this. I'm glad that they still get together. They take turns deciding where they're gonna meet up. Friends like you make life golden. Yeah, they're either all in their 80s now, or I think the youngest ones are just in their late 70s. So. Time goes fast. Okay, so we've got those. Now what else should we add in? Kind of need like 3 little clusters. What do we want to use? What haven't I grabbed out yet? That would be a nice one. Is it going to fight with that though? That's my only thing. Maybe a little bit. So maybe I want to stay away from florals. This little hedgehog's pretty dang cute, and this leaf matches Marlene's top. So I could tuck him in up here. And nice too. He could be down here, and then up here. So we'll layer these in too, because I don't really need to be doing all this designing. Just pick some stuff, dummy. Oh, and there's some little heart. Heart and a heart. They're not showing up. Okay, let's grab because there was some nice hearts on here. Oh, do I have a title? Fabulous. Because it's going to be going on this paper, right? Yeah. So you want it to pop off. That would work. Oh no, gather together. It's not a Thanksgiving thing, but they're gathered up together. And then, so that's there. Then in this little thing, we'll add a heart. What color heart do we want for there? Oopsies. Okay, well, there's green. We'll do a green, a brown, and this red, and I think they're all kind of different sizes, so that works. So I think that's pretty good for this one. We'll probably add some things, but that's that one. Then I have this older picture of Michelle and Zach and Joshua from the 2019 Scrap a Sketch 176. So this one we can how about that? Is that too big? Too busy? Reaching for a lot of the photo play so far. Oh shoot, this one was supposed to go in with that other one, wasn't it? Sure was. Okay, I think that I would like maybe a darker border though. Don't like that with it. Here's a wood grain, but I don't care for it. Oh, what if I use the wood grain from this last kit? Because I was going to take it from the center. And we use that for around the edges. Yes, 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 yes. So, I'll leave that out. And I'll cut that before I put everything away. So, got that. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. This is distracting. Lost the sketch. There we go. So really, just need to go around it with yummy bits, right? And like say, this can be cut and used on both sides, so make use of them. That's similar but not the same as is that. Choose some of those, one of those, acorn. Yeah, I'll just make a real conglomeration of stuff here. And then maybe, what do we have here? We'll tuck. Ooh, you know what we should do? How would this look? Is this too green? No. We'll do a couple of these. Couple's all I'm gonna get. There's only 2 of them. And what else? A nice bright yellow butterfly. So we want a journaling spot and a title. What about this guy along the bottom? And it might go like on this side instead because of this, and then the title can go over here. That actually works better because there's more space there. Hey pumpkin, hey pumpkin, perfect. And just because he's there, let's tuck in some little critters. So we got a little fox sleeping, and then that can be tucked in with the florals. A little hedgehog, a little squirrel. I think that's cute. I do. Okay. Well, that was easy enough, right? Now like I say, I will leave this piece out so I can cut that before I put everything away. But yeah. Well, things is falling. Okay. What's next? So this is sketch number 172, and these are just pictures of when we went 4-wheeling on Labor Day. Not my pictures, my friend Sandra took them because I'm useless at remembering to take things. So this one has the trees. I don't know, is it gonna get too much covered up? Not really. In fact, I could cut that right out so I can save it to use for another layout. What's on the back? Wood grain. So we need, yeah, I think I like that. And I could actually, if I wanted, move it up so more of the trees are showing. So then in behind here, we need a strip and then some smaller strips, and that's where we can use these. But what am I going to use for this piece here? I have two pieces of this. So what I could do is take this section, because that looks nice with that. It's just very monochromatic, like not monochromatic, but not a bunch of colors, right? And then go in with some of these for our strips. So it looks good. Oh, that one's nice. That one's nice right there. And I could probably get all my strips out of one piece because they're such different colors, but let's just pull another one just in case. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so I think I'll leave this one with it just in case I want to pull some blue in. Sorry, I think somebody came in with wagons to the silo, and apparently the dogs have never seen tractors before. Honestly. Okay, so we've got this. Okay, now we want something. I don't know that we want stars necessarily. Leaves might, A bird? There's lots of chipboard birds here. Maybe just one little birdie would be cute. Or this little fella. Do a bird and maybe a couple bees. Cute little bees. There. Put chipboard pieces in there, so that's good. What else do I have that I haven't touched yet? Oh, these guys. I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, we could. I haven't done anything with the rub-ons just yet. So, oh, there's lots of good ones here. So we've got exploring the great outdoors, happy in the smiles and laughter. How am I gonna? So I'm gonna. I don't want to cut it up and then have them stick to the wrong thing. Do you know what I mean? And some of those might be nice, like along the edges, right? Honestly, dogs. Can you hear that? I'm so sorry. So I think I'm just gonna throw all of those in there for now. And then as far as the stars, what should we do? Should we do stars or should we do like a circle type situation? So we've got some of these. Good times, looking good. That's too much good. Best day ever. And not really fall yet, it was Labor Day. Love this most. So how about those three? And then instead of stars, I will punch out some circles from, which popper? So right now we've got these for our strips. They don't really overlap, so I could punch some circles out of these as well, but and now the dogs are coming back. Crazy doggies. Oh. Well, so there's these. There's circles with stars in the middle. I mean, I could just use the circles. But there are lots of stars on there too. Maybe I'll do a mix of circles and stars. No, I don't like doing that. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to punch circles from leftovers from another kit. And then that way we're not tying up another paper in this kit. I think that's good. Okay. Okay. Now, what do we have? Okay. Oh, all right. So this is great niece and her mom. So this might be a fun time to use this one, huh? A lot will get, oh no, the sides will, no, too much of that's getting covered. How about this one? Ooh, okay, sorry. How about that for the background? And then a strip of something leafy or florally up the middle. Do we want to do that? I think that's, with all the stripes, I think that's too stripey. So, what else is here? You start off thinking you've got so much paper, and then you can't figure out what you're doing. Okay. Ooh, how about, okay, we can do the strip of the blue. That looks nice. And then, so that's going up the middle. We still need a chunk for across the top there. How about that? Because there's a little bit of blue in that pumpkin. In fact, I am going to cut that off so we're not, how big do I want that? Let's say 7 inches. We'll take 5 off the top. so much stuff just kind of set out on the floor here that I'm going to probably maim myself before too long. Should I cut this one off too, so that, I mean, I know we're not going to use it, so it would make sense because then we've got it left to use. And then how wide did that look to you? I'm going to say that's about 6 inches. I just got this trimmer not too long ago. Do I ever like it? The Creative Memories one. I always saw people using it and I was like, I don't need another trimmer. But I kind of like it. Oof. I don't know that I've gotten quite onto it yet though, because I don't know if that's straight. It looks straight. Alright, so we want, let's say 6. Let's say 6.5. Alright, so this gives you a good idea of what we're dealing with here. Oh yeah, like that. So, and then we need a torn bit across the top and a tag. So, as far as a tag goes, I never just want one tag, I want a couple. 3 if possible. Let's see, what colors do we want to pull out? Maybe a bit more green, more that olivey green if I've got it. Yeah. Okay. And need something across that top. I suppose I could crunch. What's on the back of this? Or do we want to bring in a little bit of that? No, it's pretty busy. I think so. It's either going to be this or a strip of this, and I think I like this. So let's just cut another strip of that and tuck it in, and I can, I don't know what I'll use for a border cutter, but I'll use something. There. So that's all of our paper. Jesus, I've just about done it. No sense putting it away, just do it. Okay, and then we'll add in some florals, leaves. Well, it better be leaves, right? She's in a pile of leaves. There were, where did I see leaves? It was in one of the, aha. How do these look? Not too shabby, right? There. We got some pumpkins and some small flowers that maybe we'll just scatter around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take one of these away. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, I don't have a title. Well, what do we have left on these? leaves. And is that good? Maybe hi. Oh, it's the same font. I kind of like to mix up the fonts if I can. Leaves. Fall is here. Oh, how about this? Falling for you. That's cute. And is there anything? So there's hello in the script. There's cool and crisp, cozy days, weather, weather. Do I want to use any of those? Let's do cool and crisp. And then I'll do a couple of different colors of the hearts. I don't see any leaves on here. Oh, this is kind of cute. I wonder if I could use that somehow. Just maybe down, yeah. Down there. One more color of a heart. How about Lalo? There, I think that's good. And then this is just crying out for sequins too. So I'll add some of those in. Okay. Still lots of paper left here. Let's see how far we can get. Right here. Oh, okay, so this is the Autumn Sketch Bonanza number 3, and this is Little Michelle. So I think I'll keep the composition the same, but just make this photo and everything work upwards. So her birthday is in, she took this on her birthday, I think it's October. So let's see. Maybe it's not gonna work that great because it's a beach photo. Huh? Well, if I did that, I might not do this big strip in the middle. I just would do the clustering in there. So I feel like florals. Look at these ones. Use that for one of the smaller layers. It's something for that big layer though, biggish layer. Maybe these are all pretty dark. Look, that one, the colors pick up really nice. Could run it like this, right? Oh, hello. So we need 1, 2. What if I did this as the bigger? No. Almost need like a lined paper, and I think I'm gonna have some left from one of the other layouts, so we'll use that. I think it was I think I had some, I would have, oh, that's a little white. Okay. pure white. Okay, well, we'll play with these anyhow. It's in the back. So 1, 2, 3, and then a frame. And I've got 1, 2. I'm tempted to fussy cut this center piece out, but no. Well, that's aggravating. I'm stymied. You know what? I'm just going to wait and see what I have left from the rest, because that's what I'm going to do. And then, oh, you know what? What do we have here? There's some bigger chunks. No. But maybe instead of one of the layers, I just do some rub-ons on the background. Okay, I'm going to put those in like that. And then, what else? Let's come up pumpkins or anything too fallish. But I do want, oh, okay, well, we've got these little guys, these little tikis. Let's throw some tikis in with them. And then there's like some of these. No, I don't think so. We'll throw the tickets in, and then maybe these two pieces. And we'll grab scraps from like a previous layout, whatever. So I'll kind of do these in order of how I made them up. Ooh, unless, fabulous. Oopsies, fabulous. Is there enough burgundy in here? I think so. That is good. And I'm gonna look at how old she is, because I cannot recall. Okay, perfection. Okay, and then this next one, look at this mess. Oh, is I'm gonna use Paint Shop Sketch, and it is it this one? Yeah. These are pictures. We went up north for Thanksgiving, and so I've got 4 little tiny ones, 2 wallet size, and 2 of these, and then so build up this block here and these here. So let's do, almost need 2 sheets of the same just for the base. So we'll disregard the base for now, because I will figure that out after we put it together. And it looks like 1 pattern here, 1 pattern here, 1 pattern here, 1 pattern there. So I'm not even having to stretch it across. So let's do, okay, set aside what's not going to work. I don't think that'll work for this particular one. This, yes. That, no. Okay. This, no. This, yes, and yes. So, actually, we could use the top part of this as well as a piece across the bottom. And although it's not calling for it, I could stretch it across. So say this piece gets stretched on either side there, and then this bottom piece gets stretched on either side there. And the yellow, not very fall though, is it? I was hoping to incorporate something fallish. Oh, I bet now, how much of this did I need? I don't need very much of this one for that layout. So why don't I cut off oh, and I have this piece left too. Okay, why don't I cut off let's just, I'm not even gonna measure, just cut her in half. Half can go, half can go there, half can go here. And then, so that brings in some of that yellow. This we can use, and this. And then we need a base for it. I think I'll use the yellow to mat the whole photo block on the one side. And then there should be enough to mat these two photos as well, right? If I trim those down a little bit, because I can take off like a 1/2 inch or whatever, and then I'd have a nice border. Okay. And then I'm gonna use some of these leaves. And we could cut up some more of these. How about this today? And then I can do a little bit of journaling. Yes, I know this is not very straight, but I will rectify that at a later time. Okay. That'll be all right. And then do we want anything else? Maybe these two little, oh, this is a cute little bit here. Maybe both of these little bits. No, that's the same flower. I don't want the same. How about this butterfly little tab? Okay. Okay. So we've got those, we've got that. I think for background I might, oh, craft would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'll pull craft for that. we haven't used any of these. Okay, documented, and it pulls in that yellow. Another little one, greatest hits, but it's got the same yellow. And what else? Date. That's a nice one. Okay. That's good. Don't want anything off of here. All vibes. Beauty. And oh, such a mess, such a mess. Oh, here. Shoot. Fall is here, so I could do that one. Take the fall vibes away and do making memories. Okay. Oh, and I was going to use some of these leaves. So let's just pick out a few. It's kind of disappointing. We went north. We're like, oh, the leaves will be so pretty, and most of them were on the ground. I think we missed whatever. Oh, anyway, there's still enough that it, like, I mean, you can still see it was pretty, but we were expecting a few more. Bit more color. We had, like, I mean, it was prettier at home, to be honest. Yeah, let's just layer up all kinds of these nice leaves. There, that's a good chunk. Do we have a title? On there, they want the title kind of over here. Oh, well, it was Thanksgiving. So we could do Thanksgiving, and then I'll use little letter stickers to put in the north. Not that it's that far up. It was, our cabin is only like a 4-hour drive, but obviously the weather's different. Okay, so that is it, except for this one of Alfie and the kitty, whose name is Dick. Okay, we're not left with a whole lot. However, I don't want to waste that one with a sketch. I don't have to use the sketch, do I? But that doesn't look right. Okay, so this is a no. That's not really, that's a no. That's what we got left here. Don't want to waste that one. Well, we're getting down to the bits. The blue, which looks better for a background. Okay, I think this darker blue. And then got this bit left, which it's not really, you know what I mean? It's more, and we could, because I only need little pieces there, I could use some of this, and I mean, there will be lots left from scraps, so there's that. Oh, we could use one of these for the big. Well, that one's kind of neat. Goes in the burgundy. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I got to remember, I'm not going to have a whole lot of that. It'll just be a piece. Let's see. So if I do the bigger chunk, and then, oh, I kind of want to frame this and maybe something like that, but I think it's kind of a waste. Yeah. Or if I do it in this, no. I think we'll just put this stuff in. Oh, now the dog's out there whining to come in. And there'll be bits left that I can add to it. So use up our scraps. That's kind of the dealio, right? I haven't used any of these. We should make some cards with these, huh? Oh my god. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to make some cards with our leftovers. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it good because we've got a pile. Like, I've got piles on piles of stuff here, and I need to get working so that I know what I have left over, right? Yes. Wait for you to answer and you're not answering. What the heck? Anyway, I'm gonna call that good for tonight because I'm getting punch drunk and I have some work to do upstairs. So hopefully I can get to this within the next little bit. Might not get them all done, but I want to get on some. I might even do some yet tonight. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. It was a long one, but we'll see how things turn out. I'm always excited when I make page kits to see how things are gonna pan out after I've made them. So made the actual layouts. So that's good for tonight. We will talk to you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye now.